Hello, it is Sunday, June 16th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday puzzle today with an intriguing name, Connections. One of its co-constructors is Wynaloo, who edits the Connections daily game at the New York Times, so very curious to see what that's about. And this intriguing edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Casey Brandt, Michael, and, as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster and the incorrigible Sheeler Beeler. Thank you so much to the four of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support, keeping this series going day after day. If you'd like to join their ranks, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link in the description field, and you'll find there all of the bonus videos available to patrons, as well as for benefactors like those four, the official Let's Check the Crosses mug. There's also, of course, in that same description field area, a link to the Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community you can join. And there's also the ability to help out the channel by subscribing on YouTube. Thanks to everybody who's done that as well. And now I need to get right onto the puzzle, because first my computer collapsed this morning and it took me ages to get it back going and set up my recording environment. And then, believe it or not, I started recording this video without pressing the record button. Fortunately, I didn't get to the point where I started the crossword, but I wasted several minutes pointlessly. So anyway, I'm really short on time at this point, and it's a big Sunday puzzle. So let's get going. This is a Sunday construction entitled Connections. I'm very curious about that. And it was constructed by Chandi Deitmer and Wynaloo. Chandi Deitmer, I think, around half a dozen puzzles, and Wynaloo somewhere around 10. She's also one of the editors at the New York Times who works on the games team, and it was edited once again by Joel Falliano. Let's start solving. It will have a theme. Let's find out what it is. Many pages in a travel guide. Maps, probably. Let's see if that works. Ceremony with a censor. So censor spelled in this way is not someone who sort of redacts material, but rather it's that swinging object that produces incense, hence censor. Well, doesn't produce it, but distributes it throughout a mass or religious ceremony. Ingredient in some face masks, probably aloe, the official medicinal plant of the New York Times crossword, and Tina Turner or Stevie Nicks, e.g. They're singer. Oh, they're probably altos. That sounds plausible as their vocal range, alto, so lower than soprano. And here, oh, right, okay. So we have four seemingly unrelated words, I suppose. These are going to be a connections category. I get it. So we're going to put the theme of this connections category. If you'd like to see more of this kind of thing, you can watch my connections video that I post every day. So app, convenience, general, or thrift. App store, convenience store, general store, thrift store. So store names or something, or store, I'm not sure, but that's certainly the category. Where you might say, that's my cue. A pool table or something? A pool hall. Right, you cue in the sense of your cue that you use to hit the balls. Or I guess the cue ball itself. Variable directive. I'm not sure. Mirren, who has portrayed 3 different British queens on screen. Helen Mirren. I assume those are probably, well, I actually don't know. I mean, Elizabeth II, certainly. Maybe Elizabeth I. Anne, I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. Okay, that's what I get. Oh, maybe she's played Victoria. I don't know. That's what I get. Serves me right, you might say, in a self-deprecating manner. And variable directive. Oh, solve for X or something? So, variable directive. Solve. I like solve for X, but it doesn't fit. Oh, and snaky swimmers are certainly eels. There we go. So snake-like fish. Okay, so it can be a real pain, and pain is spelled like a window pane, not like something that's difficult or annoying or inconvenient. So the answer is glass, a pane of glass. Route giver, and route is abbreviated, which means the answer will also be abbreviated. So GPS, global positioning system. And then here we have blank orientation, consideration in American Sign Language. Palm orientation, I suppose, would be important in sign language, the way your palm is oriented. I'm sure that has a very specific meaning, but I feel as though I understand it in general terms. Okay, cuisine with larb and green papaya salad. Lao cuisine. Certainly have had both those dishes, and they're delicious. Fish that shares its name with a body part would be sole. So sole is a fish, and sole, you could also have the sole of your foot. Okay, faux pas, a mistake, an error. Not sure. Notable bankruptcy of 2001. Enron, the energy company, was very famous 2001 bankruptcy case. Location identifier for a digital photo. Metadata. Meta ID. I'm not sure. I might be on the wrong track there. Faux pas. Oh, a gaffe, possibly. Does that help with this? Location identifier. Geotag. That's it. Yes, geotagging is associating is metadata that refers to location of origin or current location, depending on the context. What the nose knows. The nose knows an odor, I suppose. It smells it and identifies it. I guess the brain identifies it. A whole bunch. A ton of something is a whole bunch of it. Formicary resident, an ant. So I actually didn't know formicary as the name for an ant residence, but I do recognize formic acid as being in ants, and that is related to their sort of scientific classification. So I assume a formicary resident is an ant, and it does fit. So I think that's right. Extra point as the result of a foul in basketball lingo. And one. I don't actually know this terminology, but I can't imagine what else this could be. So I think that must be the answer. Come to term with. Term, not terms. So it doesn't mean come to terms with in the sense of reconcile or agree with someone, but rather come to term with. I'm not sure. Oh, these are storefronts. Oh, I see. Oh, that's clever. Because they're fronts. They're the first word of a phrase that includes store. So app store, convenience store, etc. So app, convenience, etc. are the fronts of these store names. Very good. Gestate is come to terms with. There we go. I figured it was probably going to be something with giving birth because of the concept of coming to terms. So, and it is. So that's the answer. Snack sometimes served with birria. I assume that's beer. Oh, a taco. Okay, so it'll be beer in Spanish and then a taco. I'm guessing that's the case, but I'm not certain. Let's try it and see. Cruising, say. If you're cruising, cruising has a number of different meanings, but one of them could be cruising at sea. So if you're at sea, you're a sea. Okay, holiday, monsoon, tax, tourist. Holiday season, monsoon season, tax season, tourist season. So season openers or something like that. Season opener could be used to describe the first game of a season, or maybe the first performance of an artistic, performance season, something like that, in music or something. I think that's probably the answer, but let's check these crosses. Strife, discord is a way to refer to strife, difficulty. Ancient performance space, Odeon, or plays might have been performed in the ancient world. Okay, it's in the bag. I wonder if it means a golf bag, like a tee or something like that. Not sure. Biblical verb. Yeah, it could be that, because biblical verb could be doth. Doth, whatever action. I don't know. I feel as though I'm not. I keep every time today I've tried to think of an example of something. I feel my brain has gone completely blank. I just feel I'm not. My gears are not turning very quickly today. Think about it. An idea is something about which you think. So I do think this is probably tea. Yeah, absolutely not. Not sure. Scorch. Oh, maybe this isn't. Oh, it's not. Oh, that's really funny. What an odd coincidence. It's not tea in the sense of a golf. I was thinking of a bag of golf teas for some reason, but it's actually tea that you drink. TEA. What are the chances I would think of a completely wrong word conceptually that sounds identical? That is very odd. Weird. Anyway, and I saw that because to scorch something is to sear it, to, char it. So there we go. Yeah, absolutely not. Hard pass, you might say. There we have it. Okay, good. Just absolutely not. A pair that's unlikely to win. Pair that's unlikely to win. Oh, it could be a pair in poker or something like that. Or no, I don't know. Maybe it isn't that. Possible response to a squeak. Don't know. It could be a squeaky door. It could be a mouse squeaking. Not sure. Sultanate, just north of the equator. This is annoying that I can't think what this would be. What would this be? What's an example of a country that would be a sultanate just north of the equator? I can't think. It's very frustrating. Alternative to a boot, maybe. So it could be footwear. It could be something. It could be the verb boot, maybe, or rather, not the verb, but a noun from the verb. So if you boot someone out, maybe give them the boot. Not sure. The maybe makes me think it's maybe punny. Many a state boundary, a river often serves as a boundary between states in the U.S., but could also be in states in the sense of sovereign states globally. Off. Amiss. If something's amiss, it's off. I think that's probably right. That sounds good. A garment, maybe. Oh, okay. So it's a bra, which is a garment, maybe, literally, but also it's a garment that could come in size A. You could have an A garment, a garment of size A, which could be a bra. That's very clever. That's a clever clue. I've not seen that one before. Narrow part of a cloche. I don't know. Brim? I'm not sure, actually. What is a cloche? Sitar great Shankar, Ravi Shankar. There we go. And alternative to a boot. Blade? Narrow part of a cloche. Sultanate, just north of the equator. Oh, Brunei. That's what it'll be. That's definitely the answer. Okay, so maybe this is brim. And then what would this be? Alternative to a boot. Still not sure. A pair that's unlikely to win. Huh. Possible response. Okay, I'm not doing very well over here. Well, this area is fairly penned in, so my only help here is going to be if I can get a pair that's unlikely to win, and my only help there will be from possible response to a squeak. So hopefully this one helps. Item repeatedly stepped on by Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. I don't specifically remember this, but my guess is a cane because he's kind of a performance character. I definitely know the character in broad terms. I don't have the sort of photographic memory of The Simpsons that some people do, but I kind of think this might be the answer. Does that work with this? Possible response to a squeak. I don't know. I don't know if that... I'm not confident enough about cane. Root used in perfumery. Oh my goodness, this is a tough area. I'm not sure. Not doing very well. Horror director Ari Aster, I'd certainly recognize, directed Hereditary and Midsummer. The identical thing would be the same thing. Class often offered at the library for short. ESL, English as a second language, would make sense. A-, dream, SWAT, or tag. Well, it's not A-, it's A-, because these are team leaders is the answer. Because you could have A team, dream team, SWAT team, or tag team. So each of these is the leader of that phrase. There we go, team leaders, very good. These are punnier than the connections categories usually are. Root used in perfumery. So what is this? I'm not sure. Those in Spanish, esos or esas. So nickname for Empress Elizabeth of Austria. Oh, Sisi. I do know some history about this historical figure. So there we go. Empress Sisi. Okay, root used in perfumery. I just don't see what this is. Honolulu Palace name. Oh, I've been there. Iolani. There we go. Oops. All right, there we go. The former royal palace of the Kingdom of Hawaii. And those in Spanish, right, okay, we saw that. Performance often accompanied by supertitles, opera. So often in opera, you'll have translated supertitles above the stage. Hence, super rather than subtitles. Stevie Wonder's Blank She Lovely. Isn't She Lovely goes that song. Very catchy song. Arab honorific. I'm not sure offhand. I hope I recognize it when it comes in, but I'm not sure off the top of my head. One with mainstream taste disparagingly. I'm not sure about that either. Things a wedding DJ might introduce. What things might a wedding DJ introduce? I don't know. I am not I'm not firing on all cylinders today. Word before boy or after boo. Not sure about this one either. Goodness. Okay. It's laid on thick for a performance. It's laid on thick. Pancake makeup? Something like that? Yeah, that does fit. I think that's probably the answer. Okay, good. So used in, stage or screen performance, that kind of thing. Adjuster's assignments, claims. You have a claims adjuster for insurance claims, that kind of thing. So Arab honorific. Oh, chic. There we go. Okay. So, normie, I think this is. It's one of those words I can't stand. Just sort of sounds awful coming off the tongue to me. Normie. I don't like it. I know that's irrational. Okay, word before boy or after boo. Oh, who boy or boo hoo. I guess you could say who boy as in, oh goodness, that was rough. Or you say boo hoo to indicate crying either sincerely or sarcastically, I suppose. Probably sarcastically. So wedding DJ might introduce toasts, I see, from various friends and family members. Okay. Turn up the volume, crank it, you might say. Unrefined oils, or crude oil. There we go, so crudes. And then zip your lip. Be quiet, or don't know. Its national anthem is Jana Gana Mana. Interesting. Oh, India, clearly. And then we have a reference to India here, which says, neighbor of 74 across on a risk board. I don't remember what risk looks like. I've probably only played it once or twice in my life, to be honest. A long time ago. Is it the USSR, maybe? I don't know. Zip your lip. Can it. There we go. Be quiet. Booster bottle Houston model. Booster rocket, bottle rocket, Houston rocket, I guess, model rocket. So these are rocket launches. There we go. So launches being the beginning of something, the beginning of the phrases in question. There we go. Okay, I don't really recognize Houston rocket as a phrase, but I mean, I understand Houston as a sort of launch location, or not a launch location, a control. Oh, is it a launch location? No, I can't think. It's certainly mission control for NASA. Anyway, New York commuter line, the LIRR, the Long Island Railroad in New York. And cheese with a white mold rind would be brie. A prominent feature of dub music. The beat, I guess. I mean, that's simple enough, I suppose. Okay, certified funky, minty, poppin'. Certified fresh, funky, fresh, minty, fresh, poppin' fresh. There we go. These are fresh starts. Oh, this isn't beat. Oh, it's bass. That makes more sense for dub. It has those incredibly loud and sort of prominent bass elements. Okay, so fresh starts. There we go. Price point. P? No. Price point. Oh, tag. Right, where the price is printed, the point on which the, yeah. Okay, blank directed. Something as direct. Do it, take as directed, eat as directed. I don't know. They might be brought back from the beach. Seashells or something is too long. Lin Ching blank, icon of Chinese language cinema. Not sure. What about this one? Lampoons. Satires? You can use that as a verb, although it doesn't look very good there, does it? So I don't think that's right. Lampoon spoofs is not long enough. I've lampooned you, I've spoofed you, I've skewered? Lampoons. Yeah, okay, could be skewers. Yeah. To refer to doing a kind of takeoff of someone in a comedic way. Blank as, oh no, this doesn't look, no, that doesn't look good. I don't think that's right either. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, I don't know the answer. City that entirely surrounds another country. City that entirely surrounds another country. Oh, Rome, of course, where Vatican City is located, which you could call a country, a sort of city-state. Saunters, it probably ends with an S. Where Van Gogh's The Yellow House is set. Arles? I'm not actually sure this is right. It's just a kind of guess. Let's see. Men's. Heels? Is it a person, men's? Bit of lab work. A test? Okay, this might be okay. In need of patching, say. A leaky roof would be in need of patching. Share. I don't know why I can't see. This could be a noun or a verb. Blank cave, Plato's cave, the metaphor, Plato's metaphor of the cave, in which, you know, within the cave you see the shadows cast by the objects from the sort of world of ideas outside, and you're only seeing the two-dimensional monochromatic shadow being cast of the actual sort of idealized things. Root used in perfumery. I don't know what this is. Okay. This has not helped me. Oh, I'm going to have to somehow figure out what's going on in that zone up there, but not at the moment. I'll have to come back to it. That's very frustrating. Appointed. Tapped. If you tapped someone for a job, you appointed them to it. Clickable greeting, an e-fight maybe, or e-card. E-card. There we go. Here's an e-word. It's not my favorite. What can you do? Well, I've really noticed a significant decrease in e-words in the puzzle since I started doing this series. I don't think, I'm not taking credit for that, but it's just it's a pattern I've noticed. So I approve of it. Anyway, kitty contribution. I think kitty here refers to the money pot in poker or something like that. So you'd ante into it. And what some tiny patches cover up, I suppose acne maybe on your face. And then knock on the door is to rap at the door. Be, date, lifetime, or silent. Be movie, date movie, lifetime movie, or silent movie are phrases. So we have movie premieres. There we go. The premiere being the sort of introduction to something, the first instance of it. Which doesn't strictly match being the first word in a phrase, but in a punny sense, I think it's perfectly good. Share. Oh, a share is a piece. Didn't see it. Conductance units are mo's, which I think is simply the reverse of the word ohms for resistance, which is sort of a funny, funny science kind of pun that actually resulted in a real term. Saunters. If one saunters along, one moseys along. And leader in the Cuban War of Independence is, I want to say Marat, but I'm worried I'm going to be, no, Marat with an S. Oh, it is unbelievably embarrassing that I can't be 100% confident about this. I'm going to have to leave that way for now. Neighbor of, okay. Neighbor of India. Is it Siam? Is that a country in risk? I don't know the countries in risk. Let's try this. That's not surprising. Is this, I don't know if this is right. That's not surprising. Is it if something? That's not surprising. If or after all? I don't know, sorry. Trojan war hero. Oh, Aeneas. Is this how you spell Aeneas' name? Or is it... No. I'm not... Okay. I'm going to have to fill that in with Chris. Sorry about that. Let's see. Held sway. If one reigned, one held sway over the people in question. Classic British sitcom character inspired by Jacques Tati. I didn't actually specifically know that, but it makes sense. So anyway, this is Mr. Bean, the character portrayed by Rowan Atkinson, who barely speaks, who only speaks in kind of muffled mumbles. Tuckered out. If you're tuckered out, you're bushed. You're completely tired. Okay, so this will be an A for Aeneas. There we go. There's the Trojan War hero. Hit musical about a politician. Evita, right? Evita Peron, or Eva Peron, portrayed in Evita. And your body of work is your oeuvre, your kind of repertoire. Start of some movement names. Art, for instance, Art Deco or Art Nouveau or that kind of thing. Okay, prospective college students make them. They could make visits to schools to which they are considering applying. And then here we have Jonathan Van Blank of Queer Eye. It looks like Van Ness. It must be. I suspect that's the answer. I'm actually, I've never seen that show, believe it or not. Quiet is silent, maybe. So Hertz, e.g. I do not know what this is. It could be someone's name. It could be a company. I mean, there's a Hertz rental car company. I don't know if that's... Doesn't seem relevant. I don't know what this is. I mean, Hertz refers to a unit in this, sort of instances per second, but I don't see how that's related to this. I probably just have this name wrong. I'm probably completely off on that. I don't know. Anyway, that's not surprising. Oh boy, okay. Don't know. They might be brought back from the beach. Sand something, shells. Lynch. Oh, right. Okay, this area we've looked at. What's the thing we've not yet looked at? Start of some movement names. Oh, right, that's funny. Could be something like neo for, neo-noir, that kind of thing. Let's see if that helps. Hertz, e.g. I don't know if neo might still be wrong. Blank and Merriam, musical duo. I don't know this either. Streaming device whose name means 6 in Japanese. Is this definitely silent? I don't know if it is. Oh, no, it isn't. Because, well, actually, I guess I don't know that's right either. But Hertz is a unit, which I did say, but I didn't consider it because I had a different letter here. But now I believe that's right. Because Hertz is in fact a unit. And this could be neo. I think that's probably right. What was this again? That's not surprising. Yeah, I was completely wrong about the Cuban War of Independence later. That's just embarrassing. Okay, that's not surprising. If I something, I mean, I did think this might be Siam. Marty, that'll be the answer. That's the worst. Okay. Went through multiple completely incorrect guesses where I just had totally wrong people in my head. So brand like nothing what's. Brand new like new, nothing new what's new, new beginnings. That's it. Okay, so what's this? That's not surprising. If I guess, doesn't really sound like a phrase that means that's surprising. That's not surprising. Oh, no, it isn't. It's I figured. It's, okay, it's not if anything. I figured. That's not surprising. That's the answer. Fighter of Ravana in Hindu lore. Is it Rama? That would make sense. Let's see if that actually works with the crosses. Principal on Abbott Elementary. Oh, this was referenced in the puzzle a few weeks ago. I've never seen this, so I haven't a clue. Like whole numbers after they're multiplied by 2, even. So any number multiplied by, well, as it says, any whole number multiplied by 2, it would be an even number. Ava maybe is the principal. Some PTA members could be dads, so you could have members of the Parent-Teacher Association, which would include parents. And then if one is having a handle, one is named. Oh, right, so this is Ava. Okay, so Principal Ava. Slightly, something's happening slightly. Could be a tad or a bit or a jot even. Probably not that. They might be brought back from the beach. Oh, suntans. Right, slightly punny, and I just wasn't on the right track with that at all. Use as directed. That's the instruction you might find on medication or something like that. And then here we have Linchin. Oh, it could be sin, probably. H-S-I-N. Oh, no, it isn't. Maybe an A. See ya. Slightly, a tad. Yeah, that's probably right. Okay. So lampoons. Sends up. Oh, that's funny. I think I said a send up. I might have said that. I might not have. No, I didn't. I said a takeoff. I didn't say send up. Okay, never mind. So anyway, that's still the answer, obviously. Lampoons. Bridal, cold, Gatorade, meteor. Bridal shower, cold shower, Gatorade shower, meteor shower. So this is a shower. Oh, shower heads. Right. Okay, so there we go. They're the heads of those phrases. Very good. And the insurance option for short. I don't know, really remember exactly how this works, but there's an HMO is, I think, a health management organization. That's probably wrong. It's something to do with health insurance, and it's some way that health insurance is offered. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that's the answer in the U.S. anyway. Department that helps a company run informally. Ops, the operations department. And a masked official in baseball could be an umpire, so I think that's right. Loretta of MASH. Oh, Loretta Swit, I think, maybe? It's definitely something WIT. I'm 100% confident about that, but I'm not confident about the first letter. Was active online. If one was active online, one posted online. And then word repeating when consoling. There, as in there, you're consoling someone. Propelled a shell. Fired. You literally propelled a shell in the sense of a bullet from a weapon, firearm. Oh no, maybe not. Wreck. Okay. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Likes as lovers. Oh, sorry, lives. Or lives as lovers. Lives as lovers. If two people live as lovers, they... Oh, shack up. So shacks up is the answer. There we go. Okay, well, it was Loretta Swit. Okay, so that's the answer. So what about this? Propelled a shell. I don't know. And carve, to etch something into stone would be to carve it. Wreck, to total a vehicle is to wreck it. There we go. Right. That's very clever. Okay, so shell in the sense of of a rowing boat. So you propelled it by oaring, by rowing it. And guaranteed to work is something is guaranteed to work. It's something safe. I'm not sure if that's right. Sci-fi. It might be, because sci-fi sightings. Sorry, it could be UFOs, unidentified flying objects. So there we go. So confined with up would be pent up, and then here we have a thick noodle is udon in Japanese cuisine, and something an attention seeker might say. They might say psst to get your attention. Okay, so guaranteed to work. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Gives off. If something gives off a particular emotion, it emits it, or an odor or something like that. And then guaranteed to work. Oh, fail-safe. Right, it's fail-safe. It won't fail. It's guaranteed to work. One-time Britney Spears partner in the tabloids. Oh, I don't know. I would ordinarily assume this was wrong, but I assume this is going to be a nickname for a celebrity in the manner of sort of J-Lo, that kind of nickname. Someone, I don't know. Delivery abbreviation. Estimate, EST. Word that sounds like its first and last letters. Huh. E. I don't know. Oh, I wish I could just jump right to that, but I can't seem to. Some in France. Day. That could mean some. I mean, it could mean of the plural, but it can also mean some. So this kind of looks like K-FAD or K-FED. Delivery abbreviation. So it could be estimate. Oh, ease. Oh, I see. All right. I thought it was going to sound like two letters pronounced back to back, but it doesn't. It sounds like it sounds like two instances of E, or plural of E is ease, which is the word ease. There we go. That's very good. So this is estimate. So K-FED. I don't know who this is, but I think it's the answer. Okay. Oh, right. We didn't finish this off. So Jonathan Van Ness was probably the answer. And then quiet. Oops. Oh, subtle, maybe? You made a subtle change, a quiet change. That could be the answer. Blank and Merriam, I don't know that. Streaming device whose name means 6 in Japanese. I don't know, actually. My guess would be Roku, because that's a 4-letter streaming device that sounds plausibly Japanese. So maybe this isn't subtle. But that is a tough answer for me. Let's try this and see if it works. Certain criminal or the agent pursuing them. Nerve agent? No, that's not right. Completely irrelevant, I think. Atlanta University. Emory University is a university. I think it's in Atlanta. Greets the day. If one wakes, one greets the day, metaphorically. Oh, Amadou and Miriam, musical duo. I still don't recognize the duo, but to quiet someone would be to subdue them. Okay, finally we can get this answer in there for quiet. Good. So that seems right. One of Canada's First Nations, so the Cree is an indigenous people, so there we go. Oh, and then a certain criminal or the agent pursuing them is a narco. So you could refer to either the people trafficking drugs as narcos or the agents pursuing them as narcos, and that is the case. Okay, so what about up here? Alternative to a boot, maybe, and narrow part of a cloche. I mean, I think this has got to be brim. I don't know what else this is going to be that'll fit there. So pair that's unlikely. It is poker. It's deuces, which is 2s in cards. So what's this? Alternative to a boot, maybe. Brace. I don't know. I don't know what that's referring to. I mean, something you wear, presumably. I mean, boots and braces are both things you wear, and they're various different those things can mean different things. Obviously, there are braces in your mouth and braces you wear on limbs and braces you wear in sort of old-timey formal wear and things, but I don't know, but I'm sure it's the answer. And then here we have possible response to a squeak. Oh, eek, I see, a person who's startled by a mouse, maybe. And then okay, it's not a cane, it's cake, maybe. So this is the item repeatedly stepped on by Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons. Is it cake? Maybe. I thought maybe I'd recognize that, but it doesn't ring a bell to me at all. And then root used in perfumery. No, ochris doesn't sound like anything. Orris is a root. A rake. Oh, he stands on a rake, and in classic cartoon fashion, it comes up and hits him in the head. Okay. Now that I've landed on that finally, I can picture it, but it took me ages. I hope this is all right. I don't know if I'm confident it will be. It was. Okay, that was a relief. I found that a pretty tricky puzzle. And part of it was the puzzle, and part of it was just that I felt a bit, I don't know, a bit slow today, a bit under par. Anyway, there we go. But it was a very nice puzzle with a very nice theme that tied into another New York Times daily word game for which one of this puzzle's co-constructors is responsible. So very nice. Let's just take a look at our connections categories. We had app, convenience, general, and thrift, our storefronts. Holiday, monsoon, tax, and tourist were our season openers. A, dream, SWAT, and tag were the team leaders. B, that's nice that we had A dash, and here we have B dash. B, date, lifetime, and silent, our movie premieres. Booster, bottle, Houston, and model were our rocket launches. Certified, funky, minty, and poppin' were fresh starts. Bridal Cold, Gatorade, and Meteor finally were our shower heads. And I think those were all of our connections. They were indeed. And that's that for today's crossword. And now I'm off to go record the other word games, including connections. So join me for that, but also join me for tomorrow's crossword, the Monday puzzle. Much easier, smaller grid, still with a theme. So join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.